Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Holy smokes, I'm so excited to be on here with you guys and do a holiday glam look with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share who I am, and as you guys hop on, tell me, what should we do? Tell me what you're going to do this weekend, okay? It's got lots of plans. I know family's starting to roll in. Everybody's starting to do Christmas shopping, all the things. We're all super busy. And then also tell me, who is the hardest person on your shopping list to buy for? Hey, Miss Caitlin. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this super fun halo look. But I'm also going to share with you guys a quick ombre look for lips. So I know that Lauren came on here and showed you guys a super fun holiday look, and then Ashley Foss was on here and showed like a really festive one. So I wanted to do something a little different because you guys already learned those techniques and those looks with those two. So I wanted to come on and show you guys how to do a halo and then talk to you a little bit about lining your lips to make them bigger, fuller, all the things. But I'm going to go with a neutral lip because I did such a bold eye, okay? So let's get started. I'm actually going to take nude. You guys, nude is a really great liner color. In fact, I had a vendor event this weekend and I lined with nude and then did blue red on top of it, and I sold a ton of blue red. So keep in mind that you can kind of tone down and accentuate your lips just by putting a darker color underneath it, okay? So I'm just going to start with my nude. I'm going to wipe it off so I don't have a ton of product on my applicator. And then I'm going to turn my applicator around. See how it has the kind of like that doe foot pointed area? I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to just start to line my lips with it, okay? So as you guys are hopping on, tell me what you are doing this weekend, and then tell me who's your hardest person on your shopping list that you have to buy for. Okay, so I'm just getting it on there. I don't have a ton of product. But this is almost like contour for your lips, you guys. It's just going to really define your lips instead of just having all of one color if you do a little line like this. The other thing about this is when you have two colors on your lips and people are like, oh, I want what you have on, you're going to end up upselling because you have two colors on. Little pro tip, whenever I'm at a vendor event, I always wear more than one color because people want what I have on, and then I end up selling both of them. But make sure it's a color you have on hand to sell. Okay. So see already the difference in my lips just by having it lined like that? Now, if you wanted to, you can go in and you can make it, you kind of like bring it up on the sides, that just to kind of give it more of the ombre look on your lips as well. So let's do that. Remember, I don't have very much product on my wand at all. And I'm using almost a light hand and just barely like dusting that product into my lips. Now, nude is a really forgiving color. So if you're new to this, start with nude because I feel like you can get away with it being able to blend easier. Like I love to line with Glam Doll, but that one's a little bit more pigmented. So you got to be really careful with how you blend it. Okay, so already looking so good, right? Okay. My mother-in-law is the hardest. Oh, I feel like my mother-in-law is easy. Mother-in-laws, let's think about that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to just go in where I didn't fill it in for my first layer. And this is just making it so I have like an even first layer, okay? And then I'm going to go in with my second layer, and I'm going to go right on top of that nude that I just lined with. Okay, let's do that. This is where you're starting to meld the two colors together. So a lot of times when I see girls that are having a hard time blending, I just want to make sure that they're putting it on top of the color that they're used to line with. Okay, here's my second one. Already so good. So if I put blush on by itself, you guys, it gets lost on my face. It's just like my lip color, but better. But if I want it to stand out a little bit more, that's when I need to use the nude for my liner. Okay. All right, you guys. What are you guys doing this weekend? Tell you all of the things you're doing. Okay, and let that dry, and I'm gonna top it with the new Nice Gloss, okay? So we're gonna let that dry for a second. And then we're gonna get into this eye look. You guys tell me if this eye look intimidates you or if you are totally willing to try something new. You're doing an in-home party this weekend, Caitlin? That's awesome. Good for you. Okay, making sure that's nice and dry, and then top this gloss on it. All right, you guys. Do you see how pretty that turned out? It still gives me a nice new lip, but it's giving me that definition. So try lining your lips and then upsell that color. So pretty. Okay, that's a good combo. Everybody needs that combo in their life. Let's get started with this eye. Debbie, you would absolutely try it. I've seen your eye looks, Debbie. You kill it with eye looks. Okay, you guys, so let's pretend that I used Onyx Shimmer. I went to grab a color. I thought it was Onyx Shimmer or glitter, and it's charcoal shimmer. So, wah, wah, wah. I panicked, and then I looked, and it is out of stock. But you could do this exact same look using just regular Onyx. Anything that's going to be darker, you can just do this exact same look just with a darker color, okay? So I'm going to I'm trying to look for the brush that I started out with, okay? So this is very, very pigmented. Most of the darker colors are going to be very pigmented. I dotted some off on the back of my hand if you get too much product. But I'm going to go in, and I'm actually going to just pick it up off my wand here. And we're going to start by putting it in your outer corner here. And you guys, don't be afraid of color. If you get too much or you get outside the line or whatever, it doesn't matter. You can always fix all of the things, okay? So just get it on there, start going. Actually, I wanted to put Candlelight down first. Okay, cancel. See, I already forgot my steps. That's okay. We're going to just go back in with Candlelight real quick. I'm going to put just a little bit of Candlelight on my base because this is going to help blend my kind of give like a base to my blend, okay? Does that make sense? It's almost like it's just gonna help it make it blend easier if I have a base of something down. Okay, so I'm quickly throwing on Candlelight because I forgot that step. That's okay, no big deal. And then we're gonna go back and pick up that darker color. And then I'm just starting to just tap it on to here and just kind of start moving it over, okay? So you guys, if you want it to be more pigmented, you're gonna just tap, tap, tap. If you want it to be more blended, you're gonna use a lighter hand and you're gonna just start swirling around, tapping around the product, okay? So I hesitated on whether or not to do this eye look for you guys because when you do a color that's more pigmented, you end up having to spend more time blending than you would just like with a shimmer, okay? So if you are gonna attempt this look, make sure you have time to sit there and kind of manipulate your product, okay? So don't do this and be like, okay, I have 30 minutes to get ready and then I have I have guests coming over or you're going out to dinner, you have to be ready at a certain time. Give yourself plenty of time because if you rush it, you're gonna hate it. Trust me, you just need a little time to just kind of manipulate all your colors, okay? So I'm getting it on there and I'm not like super worrying about my blend on the inside because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put Candlelight and my other color on top of there. So what I'm really worried about is making sure I'm keeping this up and out to the corner and just kind of blending out my edges. And also, if you get too much right here, that's okay. We can clean up with the Candlelight there as well. So now I'm going to pick up a smaller brush, a little more detailed brush, and I'm going to pick up the product up off of here again. And normally, you guys, we're used to putting like a lighter color in our inner corner. But for this, because we're doing a halo, we're putting the dark in the inner corner. Because we are going for a little more glam. Maybe we're going to an office party. Maybe we are going out with some friends for some drinks. Maybe you're going to the ballet. Maybe you're going to go see the Nutcracker. Whatever it is, you want to be up a little more glam. This eye look will be so fun. And you guys, people think that you are amazing at makeup because they're like, oh my gosh, your eye makeup looks so good. And you're like, oh my gosh, thank you. You should be like, you should come over and let me try it on you. She's like, be like, I am trying these new looks and I would love to try this on you. It would be so pretty on you. And then you invite them over and you do their makeup for them. And voila, you make some sales off of this new eye look that you attempted because you were like, okay, if Glea can do it, I can do it. So I'm taking this little more detailed brush and I'm starting to put it in here. Now, I'm doing thin layers because I know that if I do too much, it's going to be hard to blend. It's harder to work with. So I'm doing thin layers. And if I get too much, I just dab it off on the back of my hand. And I'm just starting to work a little bit underneath my eye as well. And you can even use this point to just kind of pull it out so you can give yourself a guide over there as well. I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm doing that and then I'm kind of leaving just like this little section right here. So if you were to line up your pupil, that's where you're going to keep your highlighted halo area. And I'm going to do the same on my bottom here. I'm going to leave a little bit open right on my bottom. Okay, so at least get that part on there, and you can always go back in and add more if you want it to be more pigmented. And then keep a brush on hand that doesn't have any product on it that you can kind of use to go back and forth to help blend. Okay, so even though you put it on there, doesn't mean that you can't go back and just kind of lightly blend and soften out your edges as you go. Okay, so like I already know I want to darken up this spot a little, so I'm going to go back in and kind of let that dry down for a minute, and I'm going to go back in and add a little more. So I'm taking just a tiny bit again. Because this is so pigmented, so just be really like a little bit of product. Okay, I don't want anyone to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, because they don't know. Just see how it's already starting to get darker. I'm just tapping it where I want it to go. Tap, 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 and it's getting more pigmented. And if you already spent all that time blending on the edges and you want to add darker, just keep it inside of those edges so you're not having to go back and blend those edges again, okay? So just keep it all within inside of where you just blended your color, okay? And honestly, I feel like I could just sit and blend all day. It's like, oh, I want a little bit more here. Oh, I want a little bit more here. All the things. Okay, so let's just pretend like we're good. We're happy with that. And we're going to go in, and I'm going to grab that Candlelight again and a little bit more of a flat brush. And I'm going to just make this a little bit more pigmented. So you could do this with a concealer, anything that's just going to make it more pigment, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? More, anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Make it so that your pigment stands out more. We're making it more of like a blank palette so that you can put your glitter on there. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of that. Maybe go just a little bit right underneath my eye where I'm wanting to keep that. All right, you guys. This is where I feel like us women are like, oh my gosh, this is too much color. I can't do this. This looks like a hot mess. And you're starting to like second guess yourself. Trust the process. I tell my customers this all the time, even if they're not doing a halo look. Like before you get your eyeliner on and your mascara on, trust the process, because those two are like your detail to your eye look. Okay. So now let's grab rose gold glitter, which is one of my absolute favorites. I wear it a ton. And I'm going to just kind of tap it on right above or right on top of that Candlelight that I just did. Okay, so I'm just going to tap it on there. I'm not even blending it yet. Just getting it on there. And then you can use your finger and just kind of tap that out, okay? Just to kind of get it right where you want it to go. Oh, don't you guys love rose gold glitter? I don't even know if it's like coming through to you guys, but I love it. So I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to let that kind of dry down again, and then I'll go back in and put another layer on it. But while that is drying down, I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner. Darlene, I always say never judge a look until you top it off with mascara. Agreed. Okay, so I'm grabbing the pencil eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a little bit on my outer corner here. And then I'm going to go up underneath and do a little tight line up here. Oops. I've been doing this for a long time, and my eyes still water every time I do this, you guys. And I've learned that I can't really talk and eyeliner at the same time. It just doesn't happen. Okay. So this is giving me the illusion of a thicker, fuller lash line without taking up space on the top of my eyelid. So if you have hooded eyes, for sure, try to do a tight line, because if you open your eye and all you're being able to see right here is just your eyeliner, you're almost taking away from any eyeshadow that you're doing. So stick with tight lining underneath there, okay? And then I'm going to do just like a little baby wing here. So I just kind of flicked up, and then I'm going to go back over. I might pull a little here. I'm getting old, so my eyes are getting crepey. And then I'm going to grab my little angled brush, and I'm just going to smudge that out. Just super simple. I don't need a huge wing because I already have so much pigment going on with my eyeshadow. But if I really wanted to play things up, I could do like a black liquid eyeliner would be super pretty. And then if you were really glamming it up, false eyelashes would make this look really glam. All right, now see, I feel like I need to go a little bit further on that side. Okay, you guys, what do you think? Are we liking it so far? Or do you think I'm crazy with all this pigment? I feel like I need a little more in this inner corner here. Every eye shape, tight line. Yes, every eye shape can tight line. But for sure, if you have hooded eyes, I would for sure tight line. I would actually almost only tight line unless you want to just be able to see that line of your eyeliner. So I had a lady that stopped by at my booth this weekend, and she was asking about eyeliners. And when she opened her eye, or like as I was looking at her, all I could see, like, so if you guys see my lid right here, I still have some lid space, but hers was like all the way up. So when she opened her eyes, literally all I could see was her full line of black eyeliner there. And she wanted to do eyeshadows, but she was saying that she didn't feel like it made any difference when she put eyeshadow on. And I told her it was because all I could see was her eyeliner. So if she tried doing it underneath her eye and then had this space open for her eyeshadow, it would make such a huge difference in her eye look. Okay. So now I feel like I'm going to blend this a little bit more into here, because you don't want to have a starting and stopping point, you guys. So just kind of give that a little bit of a blend there. And then we're going to go back in with our rose gold glitter, do our second little layer here. Okay, so this seems like it's a little bit harder, but it's really not, you guys. It's just a different way of doing eyeshadow. So just give yourself some grace. Give yourself a little bit of time to try something new. I'm going to throw a little bit just right into here in the middle here. And then, like I said, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you are amazing at makeup. And you're like, I know, thanks. Okay, and then I'm going to add on my mascara and primer, and then I will have this super fun glam look. You guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're going to try this. I know it can be intimidating. Yes, hooded eyes and eyeliner can be such a pain. Yeah, especially if somebody with hooded eyes is doing a wing or a liquid eyeliner. Like my daughter has hooded eyes, and when we do a wing eyeliner on her for her dance, I have to be like, keep your eyes closed for like 5 minutes because if she opens them, it's like all up here really quickly. It just happens. Okay, so you guys, I also did my mascara with the black brown because I wanted you guys to see it's not a huge difference. So even though our black regular mascara is sold out, black brown is just as good, and sometimes it's softer, so it's not making it such a harsh eye look. So if you are needing to sell mascara, do an eye look with black mascara on one side and black brown on the other side, and you'll be able to show your customers that it's not a ton of a difference. So don't miss out on your mascara sales just because the black is sold out, okay? Just show them the black brown and it'll be just as good. So that's why I wanted to do black brown on this eye for you guys so you could see the difference. And you guys, I'm obsessed with this mascara. Literally, I know Lauren talked about the trio. I sell the trio too, meaning the primer and the regular, and then the waterproof on top of that. So you could sell the trio and even have them do black brown and say wear the black brown during the day, and then if you are going out at night and you want to vamp up your eye a little, just top it off with the waterproof mascara in black, and that can really just kind of up their eye look as well. But then they're getting two different eye looks just by having the black brown in the regular and then having black in the waterproof. Look at the difference it makes once you start putting on. I just dabbed my finger in that. Put your mascara on. Like, see? It was looking crazy there for a minute, and I know you guys were second guessing me, like, does she even know what she's doing? But once you get your mascara and primer on, you guys, makes such a huge difference. So, the other thing I wanted to add, so on my cheeks, I have Toasted Rose Blush, which is a staple. Everybody needs that. And then I put the eye illuminator underneath my eye. I have more dry skin underneath my eye. So for me, the eye illuminator is really great. If you have somebody who is a little more oily, putting the eye illuminator on with their makeup might not be the solution because it could maybe make it smear. But I love the eye illuminator. And then I also have pearlizer on top of my blush. So you guys, right now would be the time to really vamp up and talk about pearlizer too, because it's the holidays. People want that glowy, dewy look. It's an easy thing to add to any of your looks. It just gives you that super pretty iridescent look. So that would be another thing that you could add on quickly to any holiday look. So a tip I like to do is I'll have a graphic made up with whatever deal I'm doing for the month. So in November, I'm doing, anybody who orders in the month of November, they can get the lip mask for just $33.50, I think it. No, I don't even know. Whatever the 15% off price is, so they can get this. And I already have this ready. And so when somebody messages me and says, hey, I want to grab the mascara and primer, I'm like, perfect. Would you also like to grab the lip mask? Anybody who orders this month, I'm giving it to them for the special price. So do that with the pearlizer, because that's going to be a super easy add-on for the holidays. And then maybe have a cute little graphic of yourself with it, maybe one without the pearlizer and one with the pearlizer, and throw that in with your graphic when you are upselling to your customers. $28.50. Yes, thank you, Caitlin. So anybody who orders in November right now, my customers, I'm adding this on as a $28.50 value because they're already paying for shipping. They're already ordering. So I'm not out a ton by offering a 15% discount on the overnight lip mask, which you guys, this is an easy upsell. Everybody loves it. It's so good. There's not a lot of, directions that you have to do with it. Okay. So easy upsell. Have something ready that you already know you're going to ask them. So that you're not thinking like, oh, what could I upsell them? Just have something already in mind. Tanya, thank you. It's saying my lashes are amazing. I use the mascara and primer all the time. I'm obsessed with it. All right, you guys. Erin, tell us again what colors you used. Okay. So we're going to pretend like this is Onyx Shimmer because that's what I meant to grab, but it's actually really charcoal shimmer. So if you guys have charcoal shimmer or in your stock, then you can use it. If you don't have it, don't use this. Use something that's either in stock or in your stock available to sell. Then I did Candlelight all over, and then underneath my halo, and then rose gold glitter. So really super simple and really pretty. One thing I really love about our shadow scents, you guys, so like if you were to do a look like this with a pressed palette, like a powder eyeshadow, you would almost need like 3 different eyeshadows to be able to get the dark pigmented, the light, softer, all the things, where this you can get, it's so pigmented, but you can blend it out so softly that you're going to get more than one eyeshadow look out of that eyeshadow, if that makes sense. Everybody should have Candlelight and rose gold glitter. Agreed. Oh, blended out. It blended out so soft. I thought it was granite. Yeah, you could totally use granite. That would be very similar. So like if you are feeling a little intimidated by the Onyx Shimmer, let me show you guys granite really quick, and you could 100% make the same look. So there's granite, and then blend it out. But again, you could even do this as like your base and then go in with onyx to just make it a little bit darker on your outer corner as well. So many different options, you guys. I'm obsessed with our shadow scents. You know that we can do so many things with them. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Be mindful of your time. Thank you so much for hopping on here with me. And if you guys try this look, tag me. I'd love to see it. And if you have any questions, put it down in the comments and I will make sure I swing back by in here and answer them for you guys. All right. Bye.